Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime Primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes.
His balls are different in person.
And Leon Searcy.
So they were smelling themselves.
Oh, my gosh.
With no deal.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Speaking of smelling themselves, it's hump day, baby. Wednesday is here. Welcome in. It is XL Primetime, a golf club of Southampton Wednesday. Those guys are fired up because they're just days away from playing for the Lombardi. Actual practice taking place in the city of New Orleans with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. We got to get into this game, lads. I look at y'all. We were saying it yesterday that we haven't talked enough about the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles playing in what is the biggest sporting event annually worldwide. And we need to get into it. We will today. We will set up our prop shop. We'll try and get a few prop bets in a little bit later on. But Molly was just doing the update, and you hear the sound from Billy Napier. And, Leon, we were talking about this earlier. Today is National Signing Day, and it is the forgotten high school / college / Cruton season fan holiday. It's gone. It no longer exists. It's evaporated because December is now the de facto National Signing Day. So we're going to get you to tell your story about what it was like for you as a youngster. But isn't it kind of sad?
It is sad. You know, when I was actually on the crosstalk and I was going down memory lane sort of to say that, 87 is when I signed in February, long time ago in the galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
But it was a thrilling fun moment for me. You know, from a kid of Orlando, only played 1 year high school football, decided the University of Miami. Man, it was a thrill. Mom, dad, sister was there, all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of sad to see it become desolate the way it is right now.
It really is. And Justin Barney, who we always like to check in with at Channel 4, asked him if anything was really, really big this year. And he said, it's been good, decent, but a lot of the guys that made their decisions, and we know we've got a lot of good players on the First Coast, but the Jamie Frenches of the world, a lot of those guys had committed way back when and signed in December. So, Matt, you can remember a time, it wasn't that long ago, and you can go from your TU days locally to Sporting News to Bleacher to Saturday Down South, and then now at USA Today, which still is covering this as National Signing Day.
You just covered my complete career,
I
Pat,
did.
Joe.
I did. And I followed you. I'm a fan. But you think about it, honestly, bro, from the beginning and how big it was and just how it's been minimized. And December is still big.
Yeah, December is National Signing Day.
But to go back to it's broken up enough. It still ain't as big as it should be, or once was, perhaps.
I think December's still big. The problem is there's still ball being played.
Yes, that's what
and there's still NFL ball being played. So that's I think.
And the portal.
Certainly, there's tentacles to how college football has changed in the last 4 years that have kind of diminished, I guess is the best way to say it, National Signing Day. But it shouldn't, because National Signing Day is it. It's everything. That's where you build your team. National Signing Day is just like the draft.
Very true.
It's the same thing. And the teams that win national championships are the teams that more times than not cobble together top 5 classes 3 or 4 or 5 straight years. That's how it works. Now, you can do that and then add some key players like Ohio State did this year with Will Howard and Quinshon Judkins. But if you look at Ohio State, you look at the backbone of that team, the offensive line, the defensive line, Jeremiah Smith, Henderson, those guys were all recruited. Emeka Ibuka also recruited.
Yeah.
These are all guys that were guys that started with Ohio State, were developed by Ohio State. Look at Georgia's national championship back-to-back runs. All high school guys.
Recruited.
All recruited
developed.
by Kirby and developed. Yeah, so I still think it's a very big deal. I just think National Signing Day is now in December, and it gets a little overshadowed because ball is still being played. The calendar is now completely different than it was 10, 20 years ago.
It's a I don't know if that's the right phrase, but everything is happening at the same time.
Why did they move it? Or why did they decide to have an early signing period?
Because they're trying to eliminate as much pressure as they can off kids.
I do
and
love
if they
that
really wanted to do that, they would move it to like August.
Yeah, I do love that they used the kids as logic. Okay,
well,
when it was all about the coaches.
It's certainly self-serving too. There's no doubt it's self-serving because it eliminates some of their, some of the work they're going to have to do in January and early February. But now that the portal's here, you're still doing that same work.
Yeah.
Now you're doing even more work because you're recruiting your own roster right now. So, yeah,
Right.
there's a lot going on.
It's humorous. It really is. So if you do have a youngster that has signed on the dotted line today, and it could actually be like, let me just give, one of my dudes, Matt, my Pacifico bro, who, he represents the beers as good as anybody. And he's got a youngster that's over there at Fletcher right now. She's playing ball. She's hooping it. And in soccer, and she's going to go up and play at Gardner Webb, and he's like super proud of her. And you go look at the highlight reel, and Maddie's kicking tail as a Fletcher basketball and soccer star. But like back in the day, they'd have
Maddie's son's name is Maddie.
daughter. You got
Maddie, like my daughter.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
very George Foreman-esque.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right.
And so, but it's just so cool that they still will have their moment. They'll still have that chance to sign their national letter of intent, which is just awesome that they can do that. But it's just dwindled away from the days that you had. And you didn't have cameras there or anything like that. It was just a ceremony at Evans, right?
Yeah, it was mainly a cubicle, to be quite honest with
Not even the
you.
cafeteria.
Not even the cafeteria.
How did the
we
Miami
didn't
coaches get in there and give you cash? It was
Well,
just
I didn't get any cash
Oh,
with him.
my
First of all, I was a one-star recruit, barely two, so I didn't get no cash. I mean, it was so.
until you got there, then you got the cash.
No, I don't even recall. Nope. So but it was in a small area. I mean, it was an area half the size of this room or whatever. It was a table. It was my mom, my dad, my sister, and then it was Coach Solinger. He had a briefcase, and he slid the scholarship in front of me. And when he slid in front of me, he grabbed it, and he told me this catchphrase that I'll never forget for my whole life. He said, "Leon," he said, "understand this." He said, "If you're not good, you won't play." And he said, "If you're not great, don't come." Mm-hmm. And I was like, it's a lot of pressure, Coach. Like, in my head, I was like, a lot of pressure.
Right.
And I signed it, and to this day, it's one of the better decisions I've ever made in my life.
You didn't have a hat at all? Nothing?
No hat, no.
He didn't bring you a hat and say, here's a hat?
He didn't bring me a hat. It was an expense.
The three hats.
It was
you
probably
choose.
it was probably against NCAA rules back then.
Right.
Yeah.
So you signed the letter of intent. He looked at you and said, "Get your ass in shape." Basically.
And I was in shape. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I was in shape, but I had my little suit and trench coat on. It was, I was looking a little. I needed a haircut. I was a little bushy.
I need that photo.
The fro.
You were froed
I
up?
do need that photo too.
Yeah,
But
I got the fro.
The hat shell game didn't even exist back then.
Because back then, if you gave, a recruit a gift, it was illegal.
Anything. Yeah.
So he couldn't even bring me a hat, bro. That's a shame.
All right, so we know that.
Hey, that's reality, bro. I mean, like Boise State got on probation because they gave a recruit a bagel.
A
bagel.
I tell you the legendary story, JJ, all the time is that when Florida had, what was it, a total of 57 allegations, NCAA allegations with Charlie Pell when they were paying players left and right, one of my uncles was implicated because he had given.
Was he too degen?
Well, Palatka was a hotbed when they had John L. Williams and a handful of these guys.
Palatka was really good in high school ball.
And Ricky Mulberry, really good player.
Right.
And he would get the kid would come around and he'd wash cars.
Right.
And he'd get paid $20 a car. Now he might wash one and get paid for 10. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But
there's no record.
And then
how would he wash them? Just hold those.
And then he would give him, and he gave him a bike. Just
like
one,
a bicycle?
Just one bicycle.
Not even a motorcycle.
And that was listed among the violations.
Oh, my God.
That's how ridiculous it was back then. And then you can go to when Galen Hall got in trouble, remember, there was just an envelope that was trying to help a young man from a situation that he found himself in, and that was also
but
a
that
major
was a
violation.
unique situation that was,
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Carson Beck's making about $4 million.
Yeah. It's how far have we come?
Yeah, of course. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
For
All
the
right.
better.
different.
So exactly. So if you are a Gator fan and you're keeping an eye on the signing class, Noel fan, Dog, Kane, whatever it might be, hit us with it. You guys can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosure 641-1010 because we know you Krutniks are diehard.
I got a picture search right here.
That's for
Signing
sure.
the letter of intent.
All right, so we need to turn that into a
I'll
post.
post that.
Yeah. Send that to JJ.
I'll send it to
Put that in
JJ.
the post.
Yeah,
That's
send
pretty
it to the
good,
crew just so we can all see it.
That's young, Leon.
Yeah.
It was.
So
That's good looking. That's good looking, Leon.
Oh, absolutely.
Not that you're not good looking now.
I've
but you
always
know
been
what I mean.
good looking. That's without saying. I'm just,
all right, so But just let us know if you are paying attention to it. Now, JJ, did you? Because Molly did the update and it had a Billy.
Yeah, we could play that.
A Billy Napier sound. Do you have that right now?
Yeah, it's about the internal adjustments.
Oh, yeah. Okay, because that basically means, hey, Billy, have you hired the people that everyone thinks you should hire? Have you done that yet?
Yeah, no, I think we definitely internally, I think we made some adjustments, in terms of how we operate as a staff. I do think that we, some of the practice methods, the format of practice, I think we made a few tweaks there. Obviously, those are very specific, but I do think in general, we made the necessary changes, and I thought you saw our team improve.
It sounds to me like Billy's gone back to being Billy.
Where was that? Was that from the interview with the guy that cried after they lost?
Yeah.
Was it
I
Gator
don't know if
breakdown?
that was him.
Dave Waters?
Yeah.
I don't know if
Don't
that
make
was,
fun of him.
Yeah, I don't know if
JJ, don't make fun of him.
No, I think this was this was today. He spoke this morning.
And that was journalist on journalist crime right there.
I didn't appreciate
First
that.
off,
Yeah.
okay, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Please don't say journalist on journalist. Just don't, okay? Stop
I've
it.
seen Matt cry so many times, you guys.
Stop it. Both of you, stop it.
Every time LSU loses and his boy.
That's right. It's a
Brian
whole nother
Kelly
thing.
loses.
Yeah, right. You saw me cry this morning when
Yeah,
you guys were going after Brian Kelly, right?
Yeah. Brian, just pick up the phone, okay? That's all.
Exactly.
And-
Call a former player.
And by the
man.
way, you can get away with, in today's world, you can get away with texting an emoji and it counts as a conversation.
You
Okay,
guys have
so-
no idea what's going on there.
We should probably
No
tell the
idea.
listeners.
Yeah, we should
We're
let them
referring
know.
to a story and an interview from a former LSU player who had brain cancer, and now he's saying like
He told
hey,
Michael Strahan.
And this is sitting down with Michael
Yeah,
Strahan
Good Morning
on a
America.
national show.
He's
okay?
basically saying Brian Kelly or no one from the coaching staff has reached out to me whatsoever at all.
Right.
After I almost died from brain cancer.
Right.
So-
and what did I tell you, JJ, when we were sitting there in the pre-show
We don't
meeting?
know any of the specifics of the story. You know, there's two sides to every
They
story.
could
It
be suing the
exactly.
university, and the university has told every coach, do not talk to him.
Yeah, we will have no idea. But at this point,
It also could be a coach who just didn't want to reach
Could be
out
that
to a
too,
player.
or it could be what I just said.
It could
Yeah.
be.
well, we'd like to know.
You guys are very much like, squirrel.
Yeah.
That's what you guys are.
No.
Not only that, you're kind of falling along the lines of some people in this,
Oh, don't go there.
you know what I'm talking
Don't
about,
go
man.
there.
Just,
don't even put us in a pile.
all right,
I'm
because you're getting there. I'm just telling you, you're getting
Oh
there with
my
that one.
gosh. Okay, all I'm simply saying is that when you look at the story, and there are certain ones that'll take a story and send it in a certain direction because that's the narrative that they want to attach to it. But when you're talking about a kid who did have a physical tragedy,
Yeah,
okay,
no doubt.
okay, a physical,
No doubt.
And we can think of how many coaches that whenever somebody leaves your squad, at some point someone needs to point out, hey, so-and-so has reached out. Can you give him a call? Can you text him? Can you give him some words of encouragement? Whatever the case might be. And who knows if there is something illegal going on. But this does not look good. I don't care how many, and I'm a fan of Brian Kelly, the Southerner, but I don't care how many. That's a bad.
It doesn't
It
look
is a
good
bad
because
one.
it's one side of the story.
Well, I mean,
Then how about giving the
it's
other
not-
side then?
Yeah, we need the other side because you can't shoot the messenger. He was on Good Morning America telling his story, his truth.
Yeah.
His truth.
Y'all gonna get signs and put mottos on them and run out in the street and start screaming about fighting people?
No.
No.
I
Brian.
honestly don't care about it. I just did it to rile up Coach Campo in the chat.
And it was quick
That was
too.
it. Yeah.
Immediately he
I
responded.
did it to really ruffle some feathers on both sides.
I
of
just-
the
Good
debate.
job, JJ.
Yeah,
And it worked.
And he
Dave, all you gotta do is bring up Brian Kelly.
and B. Kelly's starting to look like he doesn't have a loving side to him,
Which
okay?
I'm not shocked by. If that's
Right.
true and he's
It's-
just
I mean,
strictly a business guy, it's football.
There are
football.
plenty
What
of-
can you do for me? That's all I care about.
Yeah.
I get it.
You are
There's plenty
literally
of
going
coaches
down-
like that.
Yeah.
You are
plenty of
going
coaches that
down
are
that
hard
rabbit
A's.
hole right now. You know that, right?
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. They crumbled down the stretch, and this is
This has to be some kind of gambling thing. There's no doubt in my mind it does.
No, I did not. I did not. Actually, I may have bet. I can't remember.
First it was no, it's not. Then it's, well, I may have bet.
So many L's, I can't remember. All right, so the Golf Club of Southampton, super pumped because we're not that far away. We're a little over a month away from cranking up the 9 after 5 again. So we'll be telling you all about that, but you can definitely find out with this gorgeous weather that we're enjoying. Just go put a peg in the ground. Go invite few buddies out there, 287-PLAY. You can find out about their membership opportunities. They got great offerings right now, especially when you join for 12 months. The initiation fee, they give you $1,000 off and $500 worth of Pro Shop credit, so take advantage of it. Check out the membership at the Golf Club of Southampton. So we're going to look at some of these recruiting rankings, where some of the schools you care about are, at least right now, and then update that stuff. But then also let's get to the Super Bowl, Chiefs, Eagles, who you got. I think we might have to set up Here Comes the Judge and find out who you two got coming up on XL Primetime.
Hey, this is Donnie Edwards, former NFL linebacker. Just want to give a shout out to our men and women serving in our military, especially in the city of Jacksonville. And you're listening to 1010 XL Jacksonville Sports Radio.
It's another exciting local sports day on the First Coast. Listen for 1010XL National Signing Day updates all day. Brought to you by Baker Glass. No one treats you better on Jacksonville Sports Radio 1010XL.
It's the time of the year to cash in. Joe C. for Hard Rock Bet, and the amount of sports going on right now is perfect for building parlays. Bet on football, basketball, hockey, you name it. Check it all out on the Hard Rock Bet app. The Discover page is a great place to start to see what others are betting on. Don't miss out on the big game. Hard Rock Bet is rolling out over $5.9 million in bonus bets. Download the app now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Pizza to T here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find the scratch kitchen that comes through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. Come on, somebody.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. New year, new you. How many times have you heard that? We all set goals when the new year begins, and more times than not, it revolves around the way we look. So if you're ready to get serious about being the best you, it's time to get serious about Awaken 180 weight loss. It's time to get serious about losing weight the right way and getting into the best shape of your life safely. No guesswork, no trial and error, no medication side effects. I'm proof. I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180, and Hacker lost 115. You can lose it too. It doesn't matter what your goal weight is. Awaken 180 weight loss will get you there quickly and safely. It's a clear path to success without disappointment. Reach your goals with Awaken 180 weight loss and become a new you. Trust me, it was simple. A word you never hear used with weight loss programs, unless that is you're referring to Awaken 180. Choose the simple, clear path to success with the solution for weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss at awaken180weightloss.com.
Your new roof from Universal Roof and Contracting can help save a life. Percentage of every new roof this month will go to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. St. Jude's is leading the way. The world understands, treats, and defeats childhood cancer and other life-threatening diseases. Call 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com to schedule your free roof inspection. This promotion ends February 28th. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
Hey, Ma, I've been meaning to talk to you about some new COVID information I saw online.
Uh-huh.
I read that black folks like us with certain conditions like diabetes, heart disease, mental health conditions, or being 50 and older, like you, are at high risk.
Boy, you sound like a commercial.
I'm just saying. I know you love your ginger teas and essential oils, but remember, there are treatment options for COVID-19.
I promise if I get sick again, I'll call my doctor to ask about my options.
Visit WeTalkWeRise.com to learn more. Brought to you by Pfizer.
This month, 1010XL shines the spotlight on African Americans in our community who have made the First Coast a better place to live. I'm E.T. Listen for my stories during Black History Month on 1010XL. Brought to you by Instant Keys and McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation Center.
What could you do with an extra $75,000 right now, or even a couple $100,000? If you own a home, you can get that money in less than a week with Loan Pronto. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto is the leader in quickly converting your home equity into cold hard cash, so you can pay off all your credit cards or start that home remodel. Loan Pronto has several easy options to let you access the cash from your home. There's virtually no paperwork, no cumbersome process, no junk fees, often no appraisals. Listen, the average homeowner now has over $300,000 in equity. That's your money. Use it. One client got $150,000 out and paid off all their credit cards, 2 car loans, and a personal loan, cutting their monthly expenses by $1,500. You can get approved in as little as 1 day, so act now with no hard credit pull up front. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. Get the money you need for anything at 904-999-1508 or just go to LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Love is in the air this February, but nothing kills the mood like a plumbing or HVAC problem. Whether it's a leaky pipe, a backed up septic tank, or your heater isn't keeping things cozy, don't worry. We've got you covered. Call Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Our expert team is here to keep your home running smooth, no matter the issue. When you're stuck, call the Duck, 904-862-6769, or online at duckduckrooter.com.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you be active, reach weight loss goals, and find your inner strength while you connect with your community. Family memberships at the Y include unlimited group exercise classes, childcare while you work out, and youth sports participation. It's easy to join the Y and affordable for all. Plus, the Y is a great place to meet a new circle of friends. Visit the Y near you or online at fcymca.org.
Cannonball!
Honey, someone's in our pool.
Oh, refreshing.
John, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Dave. Seeing as how me and the guys at Clearwater Irrigation reinstalled your sprinklers after the pool contractor ripped it out, I thought you wouldn't mind if I took a quick dip.
But in a Jaguar print Speedo?
Yeah, Dave. My bad.
Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage, too.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
23 minutes after the 2 o'clock hour, XL Primetime, Golf Club of Southampton, bringing you today's show. 287 play. You can get on the tee sheet and enjoy some golf, especially with the weather the way it's been. We've been talking, we started talking about recruiting. We'll get to Super Bowl talk coming up in just a bit. And I don't even know if you can say, do you smell an upset, because the line is so dang close to a pick 'em. But we will definitely set up some conversation there with some prop bets and all that kind of stuff as we go over the next couple of days. So this is just for what it's worth when it comes to recruiting. And we need to finish up the conversation with Billy Napier. I get the feeling just a little bit that Billy thinks he's fixed everything down there in Hogtown based on the way they finished up, honestly, beating the likes of Brian Kelly and the Bayou Bengals, that they fixed everything. But I'm not quite sure that he's still trying to close in on adding some staff members, but it doesn't sound to me like he's doing what most hoped he would do, which would be go out and find an actual play caller, if you think about it. And he's, I guess, stubborn. I think you've said it before, Matt, that if you're going to go out, might as well go out doing it the way you're going to do it.
Also,
but he did save his job in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, it's his response to anybody criticizing that he didn't hire an offensive coordinator is, well, we beat LSU and Ole Miss, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Right? We won our bowl game, didn't we? We beat Florida State. That's his response. Yeah. You know, whether you like it or not, that's going to be his response. Now, yeah. Right. Yeah. Now, of course, the flip side of that is now you're playing Miami on the road, Texas A&M on the road, Ole Miss on the road, LSU on the road. That's some heavy lifting. Yeah. Like if you thought last year was heavy lifting, this year's going to be a lot worse.
Yeah.
Even though you drop UCF from the schedule and you pick up Long Island, you're playing Long Island this year. All right? That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, but aren't they allowed to after that schedule to play somebody like Long Island?
This year will be worse. Seriously, this year will be a more
6.5 over/under win total right now.
6.5.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So all that
for a team that really was playing,
talking about.
Right. For a team
that doesn't buy in,
turned a major corner.
For a team that was playing really well at the end of the season, their line is 6.5 to begin the season.
Yeah, and really it was some magical moments for DJ Lagway, and the defense did step up. You got to give them credit for that.
Yeah,
they really did. But I just wonder about that play caller. Matter of fact, 10-10 take, JJ, right now. Let's just at least throw this in here because
now Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since 68.
Now they got it going over there at Sonny's with that great all-you-can-eat rib special for less than $20. Make sure you check it out along with all their other great offerings. Sonny's all over the First Coast, especially if you are Super Bowl. Oh, excuse me. Take that back. Big game planning. Make sure You hook up a call to Sonny's. I apologize. We are giving away a big
What happens
game.
if you say that? Seriously.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Roger Goodell appears.
Does he have like attorneys come out and?
I don't. We should not continue with this conversation right now. We should end it right now. The one sidebar to it though
We'll
is
not
that,
talk about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, one of our family members before AI is all over everything now.
Right.
They can just go and search everything and find if a phrase is said and all that kind of stuff. But people would actually pull up media and listen to see if you whatever infringed on trademark or whatever, all that stuff that they used to do back in the day. But the 10-10 take is that Ryan Day made a significant decision and they won a national championship, and that is part of the reason why they won. Hiring Chip Kelly, stepping away from an offensive play calling point of view, being a guy that's going to overlook and oversee everything from a more of a CEO point of view. Now, there were a lot of other things that went into them winning a natty, including spending gobs of money. But at the same time, you have to give him credit that he said, I'm not going to play call anymore, and I'm going to go ahead and let Chip Kelly, my good friend, come over here and do it. And then you go to Marcus Freeman. Marcus Freeman was the defensive guy, and Al Golden was the guy in charge of that. So anyway, that's the 10-10 take. I just think you need to be mindful of it and know that, hey, we were successful, the Florida Gators, down the stretch, but how much – that is so far in the rearview mirror right now. How much does that translate into turning a major corner if you're Billy Napier in the Florida Gators going forward?
To be fair to Ryan Day, it was after they lost to Michigan. He told Chip Kelly, "We're not running the ball anymore. We're throwing it. We're throwing the ball down."
Okay, well you can give him credit
and
for.
And then Chip, they said, "All right, let's do it. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. We're going to get the ball at intermediate and deep, and we're going to open it up." And they just rolled through the playoffs.
Chip Kelly just got him a $6 million contract off of that bad boy.
Right. So Ryan Day basically said, we're going back to what I did all along, and I was comfortable with it. And our quarterbacks were averaging almost 40 touchdowns a season, which is an unbelievable number. 3 first-round picks in draft at quarterback, 4 first-round picks at wide receiver in the draft. They obviously know what they're doing throwing the ball. So, but now you also have to say Billy Napier doesn't have that track record.
Right.
He doesn't have the ability to say, well, look what we've done before.
Nothing.
Right.
And he's riding off, I think, just a short little spurt of success. And we'll find out where it goes from here because I got away. I quit calling him Billy Napier. Let's do that real quick, JJ.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I mean, right on cue. Literally right on cue.
Yeah.
Brian Kelly is holding a press conference today. Okay? There's many things I can't say. This is Brian Kelly, quote, "There's many things I can't say because it is pending litigation, obviously. But here's what I can tell you. It is factually incorrect to state that I was not there by Greg's side through this ordeal. I was there on multiple occasions. We had somebody from my staff that was there virtually every single day. We love Greg. We love him for the person that he is, for the competitor that he is, and the battler that he is. And I can only wish him continued progress as he goes through an incredibly difficult time."
Okay, maybe we were wrong.
No, I don't know if we were because he said I was there every day.
This is see.
Why would he say
This
that
is
about
society right
litigation
here.
if
This
there
is
wasn't
society. You hear
litigation
one
going
side,
on?
then you get the other side.
Yeah.
This is our society right now. You get one side from the player, then you get the other side explaining that's not right. It's this.
Right.
And you immediately say, "Well, did he?"
Well, I didn't even get to finish what I said. So what I was basically saying is that he said I was there every day and then went on to say someone from my staff was there every day.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
what do you
he's not going to
expect
be
him
there
to be at
every
the
day, Joe. He's the head
hospital every day?
coach.
I know, but he's the one who said it. He's the one who said it.
But Matt was right when he said it could be some litigation stuff.
He said,
and
quote,
he's not allowed to talk
right,
about it.
quote, so this is very extremely important for me to talk about. You can question me as a football coach. You can question me in terms of the things that we do on the football
That's
field.
fine.
But off the field, as a parent, as a husband, as somebody that is actively involved in every community that I've been involved with, this is where the line is drawn with me. By the way, his wife had breast cancer. She's a cancer survivor, so it's not like he's going to ignore somebody who has cancer. Okay?
No. I get that. I just love the fact that since I'm being piled on, as soon as if it's somebody else saying this, you would go, "Oh, well, they finally came out and said something. It's about time." They've been getting crushed.
No, don't try and flip it, Joe. Don't try
here's
to
the
flip
thing.
it.
What is the kid saying? The kid is saying that he had cancer while he was at LSU and they ostracized him.
No,
Is that what he's
no.
saying?
He hasn't spoken to him since.
Oh, okay.
Basically being like, when I wasn't good for them,
he left,
they
they
didn't
just
care
cut him
about
off,
me
basically.
Oh, they just cut him off.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Yeah.
well,
Which
I can believe that.
there are some horror stories about coaches. Once you can no longer help them, they may not
Plus,
be
also,
interested in you.
There's no doubt. also, if you're Good Morning America and you have unlimited money, which they do, the Disney company, don't you put a call into LSU? Hey, this guy's saying you haven't talked to him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe they did.
Yeah,
and they got a no comment back.
Right.
They would not have gotten a no comment. If they said this guy's saying X, Y, and Z, Brian Kelly would have said the same thing there that he said.
Well, we're acting like Good Morning America is like. You guys last segment are talking about stuff. That's complete fake news.
Well, you're also the same people that last segment were saying journalism versus journalism. And
well, that was me. Those were my words. Yes,
Again, so
I was having fun with it because they do basically fall under the same heading, whether you want to admit it or not.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Nope.
Yep.
Someone that cries because the team lost is not a journalist.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh my
It's just not.
Gee.
He's such a good guy.
He's a great guy. And I like his show. He's not a journalist. That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
I think his show's fantastic, actually. He's not a journalist.
I'm not a journalist.
No one said you were.
Exactly. No one's accused me of being one. Thank goodness.
In fact, you should listen to his show. Dave's show is really good, actually.
Yeah. Now I'm confused.
Well, it's like a fan-based
It's a
website
fan show. It's a fan
but
show,
that doesn't mean he
yes.
can't be doing journalism, like breaking stories or whatever. Like, what is journalism? I don't even know.
Exactly.
Especially nowadays.
Are you guys going to continue to pile on my profession? Is that what you're going to do?
Yes.
No, we're just in a whole new world, and it's. I'll give you an example.
Leon, should I take this?
Yeah.
No, I think you should fight back.
There's a new landscape out there, Matt.
Yeah. and social and all that stuff, it all falls under the same heading, whether we want to acknowledge it or not.
No, it doesn't, Joe. That's kind of the point.
Well, I'm going to keep saying it because it's a cut and paste world, and people go to stuff all the time. And I'll give you an example of journalism right now. Let me see if I can pull this up here real quick and find it with that, JJ. Let's just do one more.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, we need to get to the Super Bowl. This is the only way I can do it.
Well, you can't say that. The big game.
No, I can say the Super Bowl because it's a news item. You just can't say it when you're pitching product. Stay with me, okay? Stay with me. Gisele Bündchen, no longer with Tommy. She has now had another child, and she is celebrating the birth of a baby along with her jiu-jitsu instructor. So congratulations. This is on social. I consider it journalism. So let's give Gisele and the jiu-jitsu instructor a round of applause. There you go.
How much money did you pay to go to Florida and go to the journalism school and go? How many years? 7 years?
Yeah, it took me a while.
You're gonna sit there and say that's journalism? That's what you're gonna do?
I failed typing, 20 words per minute. I could not make it. I went into production, and the rest is history.
Yeah, should we go? Should we check our sources to make sure that baby was actually born?
Yeah,
Joe?
exactly. I don't know for sure, but that's the story that I'm getting off of that.
Jiu-jitsu's kid or not, right?
Yeah, it's just a piece of news.
Is that the guy that she left Tom for, or is this like
remember
someone
now.
else? Or
Yeah.
I thought it was a personal trainer.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a new guy.
Maybe he's going by jiu-jitsu trainer now instead of personal trainer.
Okay. Does sound cooler.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look.
Sounds a little more scary, right?
Well, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, you don't want to come across that guy in a dark alley.
Yeah, Tom didn't want none of that.
I was just going to say, if you're Tom,
Tom's like,
if you're
yeah,
Tom and she says, yeah, I'm seeing my personal trainer, then you want to go after the guy. But if she says my jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu trainer.
When you're a six,
it's just kind of like, all right.
When you
sign
have
the papers?
7 Super Bowl rings, there's only like a few people that can out-alpha you in front of your girl.
Right.
And one of them is a Brazilian
jiu-jitsu
jiu-jitsu master or whatever they're called.
What was the one guy? I don't know if this. All right, we gotta take a break. I was gonna get Leon to tell the one story. Yeah, we do. But you're right. You don't like chest up to the jiu-jitsu guy.
Oh, are you saying the Charles Barkley story?
Yeah, that's what I was.
That's one of my favorite Leon stories.
It's the best. All right, we'll do it coming up. It is XL Primetime Golf Club of Southampton Wednesday.
Oh, can you do the trailer guy voice? 1010XL.
Not bad.
Nailed it. 1010XL. Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Mia here. You want to know what I'm so over? Resolutions. You want to know what I am into? The Revolution, hitting the road in a new Toyota from Arlington Toyota. So what do you say? Join the Arlington Toyota Revolution and save big with financing as low as 0% on select new models. Or get up to $8,500 off select new Toyotas. Plus, every new Toyota purchase from Arlington Toyota comes with Arlington's lifetime warranty and 60-day exchange. Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard Boulevard, just a quarter mile east of 295. We're at ArlingtonToyota.com. Visit ArlingtonToyota.com/0 for full details.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. The big game is here, and it's now or never. Time to play and win with PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with more than 10 million active members. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch your dough roll in. And now it's big game free pick time. And listen to this. If Pat Mahomes throws for 1 yard, you win 1 square. It's that simple. Think about this. Will Saquon Barkley rush for more than 112.5 yards, or Jalen Hurts throw for more than 215.5 yards, or Travis Kelce have more than 62.5 receiving yards? That's how easy it is. And now PrizePicks is giving you a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. That's right, 1,000 times just for playing. But here's the best part. PrizePicks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy. That means your lineups stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use promo code JAX, J-A-X, and get $50 instantly when you play 5. It's all there at PrizePicks. Run your game.
This is Tony Baselli, Pro Football Hall of Famer. I was known for protecting our quarterback. These days, I'm extending that protection to a different arena, your home. I have partnered with Heritage Roofing of North Florida, your premier local roofers with over 25 years of experience. Heritage is your go-to roofer for hurricane preparation, with same-day inspections and estimates. They also work with all insurance companies. Let Heritage Roofing of North Florida safeguard your home and family. Visit heritagenfl.com for your free estimate today.
State license CCC 133541.
Is your dog Team Rough or Team Fluff? It's officially Puppy Bowl season at Dogtopia Jacksonville Beach Boulevard. They're getting MVPs, most valuable pups, ready for the big game. Your dog deserves a tail-wagging day of fun, and Dogtopia's indoor playrooms are the perfect training ground for their game day moment. Get your dog in on all the action by visiting Dogtopia Jacksonville Beach Boulevard and St. John's Bluff. New to the pack? Enjoy a free day of daycare. Mention Puppy Bowl when booking to claim the offer.
It all begins with Speed Weeks, presented by Advent Health, February 12th through 16th. The Daytona 500 is sold out, but you can still win a 4-pack of tickets to all the other Speed Weeks races. What driver won the 2024 Daytona 500? Text the driver's last name to 641-1010. What driver won the 2024 Daytona 500? For a chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to the Speed Weeks races, text the driver's last name to 641-1010.
I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass. He told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm Mac with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Joe C. for Florida Home AC, and now's the time to tune up that heating and AC unit. Take advantage of their $69 seasonal tune-up special. Keep warm in the winter and cool in the summer with Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On February 5th, 2006, the Pittsburgh Steelers defeat the Seattle Seahawks 21-10 to win their 5th Super Bowl title in franchise history. Hines Ward was awarded MVP.
Don't miss the big game specials at Southern Steer Butcher. Check out our website for the big game snack attack, party combo, sampler combo, and the best buffalo dip you've ever had.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
Before displaying one of the greatest aerial acts in NBA dunk contest history, D. Brown was pumping his kicks at the Bowl School right here in Jacksonville. From there, Brown would go on to play for Jacksonville University, where his skills would land him as the number 19 pick in the 1990 NBA draft. Brown played for 12 years in the league for 3 different ball clubs, and now is a part of the front office of the Clippers G League affiliate. I'm RJ Saunders, and this Black History Month profile is brought to you by Instant Keys. Fast, professional, locksmith service.
The big game is almost here, and Sonny's Barbecue wants you to win a barbecue feast. Text Sonny's to the text line brought to you by Lifetime Flooring at 641-1010 for your chance to win. 641-1010.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime. brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
So we'll do a little Here Comes the Judge a little differently this week. Normally with our friends from Campione Law, we like to find out what side you two are on, but this is going to be strictly on the Eagles and Chiefs, who you like. So that'll be a little unique, but we will still get robed and wigged up in the 3 o'clock hour. All right, now, we mentioned, well, you got to tell a story, Big Sirs, because we were talking about, just...
Story time with Sirs.
Yeah.
Story time with Sirs?
Yeah.
Oh, we wanted to mention the Charles Barkley story.
If you weren't listening last segment, it was basically like Tom Brady was out-alphaed by a jiu-jitsu master, which is like, hey, if you're an offensive lineman in the NFL, how can you be out-alphaed by anyone?
Well, let me tell the story. It was I believe it was 1997-98. Charles Barkley was in Orlando. He was covering the Magic. He was doing the commentary for the Magic game or whatever. And we both knew we were dating the same lady. It was a young woman named Laverne. She was a military, very, very beautiful woman, whatever. And we're sitting at the bar at Beef O'Brien's. We were sitting at Beef O'Brien's.
Beef O'Brady's.
Beef O'Brady's, my bad. We're both there sitting at Beef O'Brady's, and we're having a conversation and everything. And her phone rings, and she looks at her phone, and she's like, oh, my God. I said, what's wrong? She said, Charles has called me. I said, Barkley? I said, pick up the phone. I don't care about no Charles Barkley. She picks up the phone. He's talking to her, asking her where she is and stuff like that. I can hear him. And then he says, you're with that football player, aren't you? And she's like, yeah, we're sitting here having. He said, you know football players are stupid, right? So I hear him say all this, right? Here, and so she hangs up the phone and she puts it down. She says, come on now, we got to go. So we got to go to where? She said, he's on his way. I said, I'm caring about no Charles Barkley coming over here. I said, Charles Barkley get these hands if he because you got to remember 2 months ago he got in some issue where he threw a dude out a window in Orlando.
Yeah.
All right,
What year was this?
It was in the mid-90s, somewhere in the mid-90s.
Okay.
And he threw a guy through a window or whatever.
Circle back to that, okay.
So he was, he was feeling himself. So I sat there. I said, we ain't going nowhere. I just 97, 96, whatever it was. Big Cersei was in great shape. So we sitting there, about a half hour goes by. Charles comes in. She says, there he is. And I just slowly looked over him like, and? He walks in there or whatever.
Some of this smoke?
Yeah, I'm just saying. He walks in there or whatever, and people come up and stuff like that. He signing autographs and stuff like that. He goes over there. We're at the bar. He's playing pool and having a good time or whatever. About 10 minutes later, he gets up and goes to the bathroom. So I see him walking behind me, and I ain't going to let nobody sneak me from behind. So I'm looking at him while he's walking behind me, and then he looks at her, and I walk. And then he went in the bathroom, and I said, okay, all right. So it was good after that. He ordered a couple of beers. He ate whatever. We sat at the bar. We had a good time.
You guys sized each other up, though.
Of course we did.
He realized
He
he didn't want any.
He walked by and saw Leon's hands and said, yeah, I want to size
Well, I mean, he had nice size on them, too, but he knew that this was going to be a scuffle.
It's basketball. It's
going to be no easy win. Whatever you're thinking right now, ain't going to be no easy win. Yeah. So we looked each other up, and he walked by. He went to the bathroom. He came back. He went and played some pool. He ate his food, and he left. Yeah, but he saw him because Big Cersei was in good shape back then.
So the incident.
Whenever you go third person, he's being real.
I'm just telling you. I was just saying.
And by the way,
no, he ain't messing around when he goes third person.
No, he ain't messing around.
The round mound of sound was going to be just a round mound.
Yeah, bro.
By the way, you said this was mid-90s, right?
It had to be somewhere in the mid-90s.
Well, the incident on Church Street was in 1997, October 25th. So it was after that.
I'm just throwing this out there, okay? Charles Barkley was married in 1989.
Okay. Well, I ain't say it was faithful. I'm just saying.
And by the way, just to tie it back to the Giselle Bundchen and the jiu-jitsu instructor, her and Mr. Valente, she began taking private jiu-jitsu lessons from him years before.
Really?
And then their close friendship turned romantic in June of 2023, months after she finalized.
Sure.
Well, if you know anything about jiu-jitsu, it's a lot of grabbing. You're on the ground. It's a lot of
grappling.
Yes, exactly.
That could be. I mean,
how can you have your girl doing that with some dude, Tom? Come on.
Well, I mean, they have an open relationship. Maybe.
It's like, hey, it's training.
Maybe Barkley and his
he's
wife
my
did
personal
too.
trainer.
Well, he was grappling.
I'm sorry. I can't. Listen, I can't. You go downstairs and you see your wife on the mat grappling with a dude.
Yeah. You can't.
Bro, how can you function after that?
Meanwhile,
there's no way you can function after that.
He's grappling with Gronk, and then she's like, you got your own thing going on. And he would not leave the game. That was one of the main things. He would not leave the game. And by the way, there's only a couple guys.
Barkley did make a business decision, by the way. He did. He 100% did.
And especially if Leon's on a bar stool and he walks by. And Barkley did have a great piece of advice the other day when he was on one of the shows talking about Luka going to L.A.
Right.
And he kind of felt like he at least made the case that Dallas still could be the winner in this when it's all said and done.
Right. Like a good short-term decision, but, I mean, you lost Luka.
There's no way to – at least you have to look at it and say, wait a minute, let me paint a positive for this. Everyone's painting a positive for Luka in L.A., which most would agree he presents the most potential at 25 years of age. And AD just oft injured. There's no way to get away from that. But anyway, he's talking about it, and he goes to the Luka part. Did they deal him out of Dallas because he was just fat, out of shape, dad bod, whatever? And he said he got some great advice back when he was coming out of college that you will never make it if you don't get in shape.
Well, it was actually
They will
Moses Malone.
ruin you and roll you right out of the arena, and you'll be gone.
I mean, it was actually Moses Malone. I remember hearing that story. from
He
Moses.
loved on Moses.
He loved on Moses Malone. Basically, told Charles Barkley early on in his career, "Man, you're too fat, too big. I mean, you just jumping up and down with that weight, you're not going to last in NBA. You're going to get injured. You're going to have back issues, knee issues." And Charles took it seriously when Moses. I mean, 'cause it's different when your teammate tells you, especially if it's an OG, if it's a guy who's been in the league for a while. He's basically telling you how to have longevity.
Exactly.
Now,
Did you have to do that to anybody on your team in particular?
No, I didn't.
Like a just can't get right guy?
No. Most of
Although
unfortunately,
Carlton did it to you, not for your weight, but Carlton
Carlton Hasselbeck, God rest his soul. He set me straight. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's honest from a player with experience. It's honest, true. You're my teammate type of love, and if you want to continue to be my teammate, I'm going to tell you how to make a living and survive in this league. Otherwise, we ain't going to see each other again. I might as well have some influence on you, which was great that he did that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Instead of just let you kind of fail and flop on your own.
I mean, Tunch Ilkin, God rest his soul, too, as well. There's not a lot of men built like him because essentially the Steelers drafted me to replace him.
Right.
And he still mentored me. Right. He cared enough about the organization to where he was going to make sure that I was right, even though he was leaving to go somewhere else.
He'd been there a while, too.
Been there a while, bro. Yeah. He's been there a while. Listen. He's the only person that I know that 265 just blocked Reggie White like it was nothing. I'm for real. You got to pull up some film and watch it.
Where did you go to college? Do you remember?
Man, I can't remember. It was small school.
Yeah.
Some small school, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, there's so many guys that played at less than 300 back then, particularly along the offensive line, that could move, and especially a guy that, I don't know if you said 305, 310 when you first came into the league?
292.
Okay, all right.
What was Dermontti
So you were 290. Okay.
What was Dermontti Dawson? 280?
280, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They played much lighter than they play now.
Yeah.
Totally different. Just the size of the human beings. Take a look at the classic is just look at the linebackers and running backs back then. Yeah. Linebackers were not nearly as big as they are.
No. Well, the reason why we stayed as light as we did when I played with the Steelers because we knew we had to run. We had to run. We toss, cracks, sweeps, counters,
right.
All that kind of stuff. You had to be mobile. You couldn't just be some wide body offensive lineman like that because it was too many parts. Now, we only ran 5 plays, but we ran them effectively. And because we were athletic up front.
Right.
That's it. It's as simple as that. All right. So just real quick, because we got to set up our Here Comes the Judge. But at stake, when you think about history, which is 3 straight Lombardi trophies, which we all know how historical that would be, and where Andy Reid ranks among the greatest coaches of all time, where Pat Mahomes will find his place inching closer and closer to the GOAT, if not passing Tom Brady in some people's minds. Let's get to the other side of this just real quick. What's at stake for Nick Sirianni in the way that he has been viewed in the city of Philadelphia and outside the city of Philadelphia for a long time? And yet here he is. He's in a position to win a Super Bowl. What's the biggest storyline on that side that you see?
Well, I mean, you've got to remember midway through the season, there was, I guess, pressing issues between him and Jalen, between him and Hurts. They had their differences. And then Jalen Hurts had his differences with the wide receiving core because they weren't getting the ball and all that kind of stuff. And when you know what? It's awfully amazing how winning changes all that. All that stuff just kind of goes away after you win a couple of ball games and stuff like that. But, I mean, Sirianni, everybody thinks he's a little cocky, he's a little bit not as well mild-mannered, But I mean, if he brings a championship, for Philadelphia, all is forgiven.
Oh yeah,
they were trying to fire him like week 3.
They were trying to fire him
early, man.
Yes,
the fact that they righted that ship, like I remember you talking about it early in the season, that this isn't going to end well.
Yeah, and I felt like there was just going to be this, just basically cracking of that football team from within.
After how they were terrible at the end of last season. Very
give Jalen Hurts credit because they went through the bye week and he came out and he said everything goes through me, and he basically said that he needed to take ownership and clean everything up, and he did. He still takes shots every once in a while because he said he had a straitjacket on him before they fired him.
He did say a straitjacket, but that's the difference between leadership. I mean, when you're not going to let the boat sink. You're not going to let the boat sink. It's enough quality guys in that locker room too. They found a way to get to right the ship.
Right.
I mean, that's what we was looking for from this team 2 years ago. When you're 8-3 and you're atop of the mountain, that ship can't sink. You can't allow that ship to sink.
And the one thing, even though, like I said, I'm not trying to throw dirt on them, but if it does fracture on Sunday, those finger pointers will come right back out on Sirianni and Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
And we'll find out because it's not the most prolific offense by any stretch of the imagination. It's old school. It's Saquon and even A.J. Brown sitting on the sidelines reading a book because he felt like he wasn't getting the ball thrown to him. So we'll see where it goes. But there's a lot at stake with them when it comes to Sunday, how they'll be viewed and how they'll be remembered. But it's still worth pointing out that Howie Roseman, when it's all said and done, he may have 2 different head coaches under his watch. Not only get to the Super Bowl, but win Super Bowls. That's pretty dang good when you think about what he's been able to do. All right, into the 3 o'clock hour, Golf Club of Southampton. We say thanks to them. Make sure you check them out, 287 Play. Any day of the week, you're always going to get a great golf experience. And check out membership as well because they got great opportunities there at the Golf Club of Southampton.
1010XL's Dan Hicken dominated Folio Weekly's Best of 2024. Best TV sports anchor, Dan Hicken. Best radio sports anchor, Dan Hicken. Best radio sports show starring Dan Hicken. 1010XL, the home of Dan Hicken. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Mia here for MyBookie. It's finally here. A game so big we're not even supposed to say the name, where the Kansas City Chiefs take on the Philadelphia Eagles at the Caesars Superdome. This isn't just the biggest game of the year, it's the ultimate betting event. If you are not on MyBookie, you are missing out on the action. Big game betting with MyBookie goes beyond just picking the winner. We've got all the wild props for this epic showdown. Will it be heads or tails for the coin toss? What color will the Gatorade for the drenching of the winning coach be? Even the length of the national anthem are up for bets at MyBookie. They love giving you options to bet on everything. Make it easy to win and even easier to get paid with MyBookie, whether you deposit with crypto or credit. Bonuses await. And our new loyalty program gives you cash back just for playing. Bet on big game boosted parlays, live betting, and jackpots that can turn small bets into big wins. Why just watch when you can own the big game? Sign up with MyBookie now using promo code 1010XL and get your 50% sign-up bonus to kick things off. Bet anything, anytime, from anywhere with MyBookie.
This is Hayes Carlyon for Physician Guided Weight Loss. I'm down 20 pounds already thanks to Physician Guided Weight Loss. I feel great, and it's all thanks to them. Their amazing technology, fast setup, friendly staff, and proven results have sold me. They can help you too, and it's affordable with firm pricing. No rising costs as you go. If you're like me and looking to kick off the new year with a leaner body, call my friends at Physician Guided Weight Loss at 257-4344. That's 257-4344.
Transform your bathroom with stunning shower glass from Sky Glass Solutions in Jacksonville Beach. For a free quote, call 904-608-5151 or visit skyglasssolutions.com.
Dave Benyon with Zero Res. As the temps outside are warming up, so is Zero Res. Right now, it's the hottest price of the year. 3 rooms of carpet cleaned for only $147, and the 4th room is free. That's right, the 4th room is on me. Google Zero Res and see what people are saying. Zero Res has over 6,000 5-star reviews. Remember, February is the hottest price of the year for Zero Res. 3 rooms of carpet cleaned for $147, and the 4th room is free. Zero Res, spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
It's the blog players put their pads on for.
So we got to bring my thoughts and observations on our home team. That's what I share with you every week on my blog.
Roland Reach Plumbing brings you Hayes Blog on 1010XL.com.
Ever wonder how you can transform your living spaces into captivating works of art? At First Coast Lighting and Fans, they offer a huge selection of high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness. Visit their showroom on Phillips Highway at the Avenues and step into a world of quality without compromise. Discover the difference that locally owned expertise makes and let them help you experience the transformation from average to extraordinary. At First Coast Lighting and Fans.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Roses are red, violets are blue. A broken pipe? That's no way to woo. This Valentine's Day, don't let plumbing or HVAC problems ruin the romance. Whether it's a leaky faucet, a backed-up septic tank, or a heater that's colder than your ex's heart, Duck Rooter is here to save the day. Our expert team will fix it fast and at a fair price, so you can get back to the love you deserve. When you're stuck, call the Duck, 904-862-6769, or online at duckduckrooter.com.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Want to grow your hair back?
IHRS, right here in Jacksonville, is the only hair transplant clinic in the country that offers multi-unit hair grafting, FUE NeoGraft hair transplants, and the 45-minute effective PRP treatments.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
Thank you, IHRS.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Schedule a free evaluation and find out how to grow your hair back and keep the hair you have. Call 904-777-IHRS. Take the first step to restoring your hair today. Visit hairforme.com.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS has been restoring hair for men and women for over 30 years.
Call now for a free in-person or virtual evaluation. 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or visit hair4me.com.
I'm Max Fink here with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update, brought to you by Baker Glass. On an episode of the Gators Breakdown podcast this week, Coach Billy Napier got into what makes DJ Lagway so special under center and what having such a star-studded caliber player leading the team means for the future of the Gators program. Through his first year, Lagway has proved his ability that he's able to take this team as far as they want to go.
He's matured beyond his years to some degree, and for him to be able to do what he did as a rookie, I think was impressive. But he certainly has helped us. We built his recruiting class around him, and I think the spark of him playing, the promise that he showed as a player this year helped us on the field, but it also helped us build a really good recruiting class this cycle as well. So
it's 78 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
I might need to cool off a little bit with Florida Home AC as I have robed and wigged up in the 3 o'clock hour. It's a little warmer right now, but I've got the flowing locks, just like the judges would back in the day. I got the robe. I got the gavel, which means we've got to present a case. JJ, let's get it rolling.
Here comes the judge.
Order in the court.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Real easy. If you want to check it out, you can log on to YouTube. You can search 1010XL or XL Primetime and watch the show live as JJ, my bailiff, has wigged up as well to make everything official. And you can see him in the screenshot on YouTube. So just go search 1010XL. But this is simple, okay? This is who you got. Here comes the judge with the Eagles versus the Chiefs. Remember, Campione law, it could get real serious if you're going before the judge, and make sure that you've got proper representation. And honestly, it doesn't matter what you are facing legally. They can help you with a team of local attorneys that are absolutely ready to help you with whatever the case might be. Just log on CampioneLaw.com with the local offices right here in Jacksonville. All right, Leon Searcy representing one side of this Super Bowl Licks, or Super Bowl LIX. What side are you representing?
I am representing the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. Fly.
You were taking Fly, Eagle, Fly, which means, Matt Hayes, you were representing the back-to-back defending champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, so let's put some arguments together. Let's see who was on the right side of this. All you guys got to do if you want to go on one side or the other is hit the text line 641-1010 and let us know which way you're leaning. But Leon Searcy,
yes,
let's hear your argument.
Well, Your Honor, I had to go do some research. The last time that Patrick Mahomes looked unlike himself, because over the last couple of years, he's been outstanding. He's been great. He's been GOAT status, so to say.
Yes, he has.
So I had to go watch the game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where he threw no touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He was constantly harassed.
That is un-Mahomes-like.
Un-Mahomes-like. So I had to go there. I had to go find the blueprint to where he was harassed on pressured interceptions. Kelsey had 133 yards in that game, so I can't say they held him in check.
Okay.
But for the most part, the game was over. And I think the weak link of the Kansas City Chiefs might be the outside. The interior is rock solid. The tackles. The tackles might be the weak link. And when I watched the game, that's where they attacked them. They attacked them outside, blitzes, linebacker blitzes, corner blitzes, 4-man rushes, all that kind of stuff. They established the ground game. Now, they had the great Tom Brady now. They had Brady in the game.
Never heard of him?
Yeah, Brady had an outstanding game. So if I'm the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm going into this game all year long. You've been a team that ran the ball effectively, played solid defensive pressure with 4-man rush. So the Philadelphia Eagles, you also remember in that game in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, the Kansas City Chiefs had 11 penalties for over 130 yards too. So they were ineffective in all areas of the game. So Philadelphia's got to run the ball, take away possessions, play solid defense, and keep Patrick Mahomes harassed the whole game.
I like the argument, Leon.
Not easier
Searcy,
said than done.
representing the Philadelphia Eagles, because if there is a way to beat the superstar under center, it is with that pass rush. Matt Hayes, you now have the floor representing the Kansas City Chiefs.
Your Honor, I just want to have a response to the argument from the esteemed Mr. Searcy. That game was in 2020, the pandemic season.
A little ancient history, is that what you're saying?
The pandemic season. All right? That's
there was some
number one.
funky stuff going on.
Still counts, Your Honor.
Yeah. More people were buying. Well, never mind.
No one's wearing masks.
Let's Tom still with Giselle at that point?
Right. Tom was still with Giselle at that point. Let's just say this,
being grappled, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I think the best way to look at this assessment, I guess is the best way to say it, is there is no answer for Pat Mahomes. I don't care who you are. I don't care what team you are. I don't care what player you are. When it's 3rd and 7, somebody's got to make a play. He's going to make a play. If you want to go back 5 years to that 2020 game, the pandemic year again, they were playing with 2 backup tackles in that game.
Well,
neither
Juwan
one of their
Taylor at
starters were
times
playing.
Performed like a backup tackle.
Neither one of their starters were playing, Your Honor.
Your Honor, they were paid professionals, Your Honor.
Which would sort of be like saying Cole Van Lannon was playing one tackle and I don't even know who else at the other tackle. No offense to Cole Van Lannon.
He did in
played
fact,
well in a pinch this year.
Yeah, he did in fact start for your Jacksonville
They're
Jaguars.
people too, Your Honor. They're people too.
Pat Mahomes is, once they win this game, Your Honor, will be the greatest quarterback in NFL history.
All right, hang on. Are you now
the greatest quarterback in NFL history?
Another argument.
Stating that he is instantly entrenched as the GOAT of the National Football League over one Tom Brady?
Yes. Well, this is also, Your Honor, this is my, you're asking me for my pitch, right?
Yeah.
You're asking me for my argument. This is my argument, okay? So I'd like it if you didn't interrupt my argument, okay?
Settle down, counselor.
The last 7 years as a starter, Pat Mahomes has led the Chiefs to the AFC Championship game every single season.
That is impressive.
This will be his 5th Super Bowl in those 7 years.
Tommy never did that.
The only time he lost the Super Bowl is because he had 2 backup tackles playing and still almost won it.
And he lost to Tommy.
And still almost won it.
So there's that.
Your Honor,
He's the greatest player in the league today. With this win, with a unprecedented 3rd straight Super Bowl, he will be the greatest player in the history of the league. Period. And he's not even close to being done with his career. And, oh, by the way, and the Chiefs' defense probably playing as good as any defense in the NFL right now.
Other than that top-ranked defense on the other side. Final word, Leon Searcy.
Your Honor, 31-9 is not almost. Just wanted to say that. 31-9 is not almost.
They did get whooped.
They got whooped.
Yeah. Final word.
I just threw that in there, so just in case.
Of course you did. Yes.
In case he forgot the score.
No, I didn't forget the score.
Like in his head, he was probably thinking, wait, what was that, like 17, 14 or something?
No.
Well, this is a difficult argument because you are talking about greatness on both sides. You're talking
Wait,
about.
I haven't done my finish yet. My finish is this, Your Honor, okay?
Yeah.
It's this. Why bet against Mahomes? Anyone. Anytime, anywhere.
It's hard to argue against.
I'm ruling in favor of Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Matt Hayes has taken the title in this one. That's for sure. Because honestly, I have bet against that man too many times and gotten.
I knew I would pull your degen string and get it.
And gotten paddled. Okay? And I don't know how many times I have to be taught that lesson, but I keep getting paddled. Don't bet against Mahomes. Now, both arguments absolutely 100% sound because you have a really, really sturdy set of defenders on the Philadelphia Eagles that will cause problems.
I agree. I think
against
the Eagles
those
got a good
tackles
chance
that
to win
Leon
it.
brought up because Joe Tooney's been moved out to play left tackle because the other guy sucked.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Juwan Taylor still at times is he's a laundromat.
Did you see what Jalen Carter said, too, in media day?
Yeah.
They said, well, how are you going to affect Patrick Mahomes? I mean, he's so great. What are you guys going to do? And he goes, sack him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Juwan Taylor's a laundromat. He can be put on spin cycle or he can just create a lot of laundry on the ground because he will draw either false starts.
Yeah, I mean,
or
the Eagles
holding.
are going to – they've got a very good chance.
They've got a great bunch of guys on the defensive side of the football, not just Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and you can go down the line with the Smiths, the Deans, the Baines, the Bonds, all of them. I'm telling you. So that's the thing that gets me a little bit trying to figure out if they can get it done. And then a little bit of lack of running from the Kansas City Chiefs this year down the stretch. They haven't necessarily been that
Kareem
type
Hunt's
of
picked
team.
up some big gains.
Yes, he has. I'm just saying, not as much as we have seen in the past. I can't help but bring this up. This is how deep it goes when it comes to the Super Bowl. By the way,
who gets those key first downs in the run game, by the way? The Waddler.
Patrick Mahomes.
The Waddler, yeah.
Yeah. The Waddler will run for more yardage in this game than he will.
He finds way to move the ball and keep the chains moving.
If you compared his rushing stats in regular season games to what he does in the postseason, it's eye-popping because he takes over. He takes control.
Plus, he's deceptively quick, too.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Well, he's running to the restroom at the rest area. He's always in a hurry. All right, so let's just wrap this up and then get to a couple of other things that are on this. But we've got to say thanks to my man, Chris Campione. Campione Law, you can easily log on. Just know that they are local. They've been in Jacksonville for a long, long time. We're talking personal injury, workers' comp, criminal defense, business litigation, property damage, VA claims, whatever it might be. Just log on and check out Campione Law and Chris Campione and his team of attorneys. So I'm looking at one of these on social. What do the Tarot readers predict about the Chiefs versus Eagles? And they went, I don't even know what this is. Is it called a horary chart?
It's called tarot, first of all.
Yeah, is it tarot?
Yeah.
No, I don't get to get away with.
Call me now for your free tarot reading. Remember who was that? She got sued to oblivion because of that.
I would always call it a tarot card, but it's tarot.
She lied.
Tarot. So they looked at the birth charts of star players on both teams, birth charts on when the teams were founded, and then they settled in on 4 tarot. Is that how we say it? Tarot readers. Blue June, one of the tarot readers, predicts the Eagles will win in a well-matched challenge. Teresa Reed, a.k.a. the Tarot Lady, forecast that the Chiefs will win. Sarah Potter, not necessarily.
Is this in New Orleans? All these tarot readers?
I need to look
because it's like a cottage injury in California. You know that, right?
Oh yes,
like big deal in California.
Now, Sarah Potter, she pulled the 7 of Wands, which symbolizes standing your ground and facing challenges. So she predicted that the Eagles would win. I would think that would mean the Chiefs would win. And then Fernando, he said things are looking good for the Chiefs. So there you go.
We're getting a lot of Miss Cleo on it. That was right.
Oh, yeah.
Miss Cleo.
Yeah, but Miss Cleo.
So I wonder what she would say about the game.
I don't know, and I never want to do this to Cleo Lemon because he's so cool to come in. But I should ask him if he could ask her, But I'm afraid to. All right, so there you go. That's what the tarot. I always said tarot cards. I don't know why, but that's what they say. You let us know what you say. 641-1010. You can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Who you going for? And we definitely need to hit some of those props coming up on XL Primetime.
When the sun goes down, Hacker is up.
Who is that guy?
Ryan the Hacker Green.
You're one of our very special people here.
He'll tell you about tonight's games and hot topics. Hacker After Dark, right after Rick Ballou. Evenings on 1010XL.
I'm Chris Campione. In a world of big box law firms with satellite offices, there's something special about having a local legal team that cares about you and your community. We're not just lawyers, we're your neighbors. We understand the unique challenges facing the Jacksonville community because we live here too. At Campione Law, Campione Cares isn't just a tagline, it's our commitment to you. Campione Law, your trusted lawyers after an accident. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Mike Dempsey here. Look, it's been 10 years that I've been vouching for my guys at Dandy Boots, and for a decade, I'm proud of my association with a local family business. They make a great product. I've made no secret that I was a customer long before Dandy ever came on board on 1010XL. But I'm thinking I'm due a little Dandy swag, maybe a little love. How about a Dandy t-shirt, a ball cap? So how about it, Thompson family? What do you got going on over there? In the meantime, I'm going to keep eating those delicious tuna salad sandwiches. So guys, keep helping me out and grab a Dandy sandwich today.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
If you'd like to try something different this year for Valentine's Day, you'll find great gift ideas from
Beard's Diamonds and Jacksonville Flower Market.
Find everything you need to know at 1010XL.com. Happy Valentine's Day from 1010XL.
Hi, everybody. Mike Dempsey here for Awaken 180 Weight Loss. This Sunday's the big game. Look, don't blame me. This would be much easier if I could say this has finally come. Parties, football, libations, food, all the festivities we welcome every February. The question is, what if you're trying to lose weight but still enjoy watching the with friends? The answer? Nothing. As I've told you before, Awaken 180 is built for real-life scenarios. The reason Awaken 180 is now in their 9th year and growing nationally, the program works. Eat wings and meatballs while watching the Super Bowl. Have a beverage while betting on the Super Bowl. Live your life while enjoying the Super Bowl. I think you get the point. Whether you're in the weight loss phase or in free lifelong maintenance, Awaken 180 won't get in the way of enjoying the big game. Reserve your consultation today at awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800 for Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Are you an experienced chiller technician and looking for a role where your skills are truly valued? It's time to make the move to Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. You'll get top pay, comprehensive health and welfare benefits for your family, and a pension that doesn't come out of your pocket. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal opportunity employer. When it comes to towing products, your safety is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the 2024 Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards, and it's easy to see why. I go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the new Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Pacifico is brewed for those who let go of the things that don't matter and hold on to the ones that do. That's living life anchors up.
Pacifico, found in Baja, imported by surfers. Ask for a Pacifico when you're ready to live life anchors up.
Pacifico is a crisp golden lager, brewed for those who know. It's what's behind a label that matters.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Our next guest is not affiliated with the NFL or Jacksonville Jaguars.
Discussion of injuries is solely based on opinion.
Now, the Bari Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Injury Breakdown.
I'm coming in hot.
Dr. George Bari. I like to call him Gio. He answers to it. Gio, what is up?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Good. I like these headphones. I feel like a DJ.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You do look kind of like a DJ with your beats on, ready to go. All right. So he hangs out with us, fellowship trained under the renowned Dr. James Andrews. So if you have a sports injury question, you can hit the text line 641-1010. Throw it Gio's way. A little free medical advice is what we will give you. And then you can easily log on to Bari Orthopedics to see what's going on there. All right. Super Bowl Sunday. Okay.
Yes.
And there isn't any real serious injury other than these guys are all beaten up. Okay. They're dealing with aches and pains, bumps and bruises. And Jalen Hurts coming through the last couple of weeks with what looked like could have been kind of a significant knee sprain, did okay. And so he's still going to run the football. How would you, as a team doctor, how would you make sure that he's ready to go 100% for beating that he's going to take or face?
Well, you know, these guys, they get a bunch of MRIs all the time, so I'm sure they probably got another one just to make sure everything's okay. But from what we know, there wasn't any significant structural injury.
Right.
So really, it's a feel thing. How does he feel? How is he doing? And you can get another MRI. It's not, you know, just because they have the ability to, and so they can. It's free for them. It's in their facility. But it's really a feel thing as long as there's no true structural problem that there was when it first happened.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm just going to admit one thing, and it's not a shock. It has to do with gambling. And we're looking at his longest run, some of the prop bets. And as long as I know that his knee's 100%, he's not going to guard against it, then I won't mind making a wager on that. But he's honestly, when he went back through this last game, and it wasn't nearly as cold in the championship game as it was the week before, he was still able to move perfectly mobile, perfectly strong.
What, 2 weeks? It's going to be 3 weeks, or
it'll be 2 weeks.
2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think there should be a problem at all.
All right. So Walter Clayton, star Florida guard, he's on the Naismith watch list for the best player in college basketball. Rolled his ankle against Tennessee, tried to come back in the game, hobbling around, slipped in front of the bench, gave him another little scare there. Was held out in last night's win against Vanderbilt. The ankle.
How long ago was that injury?
It was last Saturday was the injury.
So almost a week.
Yeah, almost a week.
A couple days.
Almost a week.
Ankles are tough because you can have ankle sprains where it's a week, a couple days, and you're fine. And then there's some where it's 3, 4, 5
and
weeks.
it could be recurring too, right?
Right. And that's why it's really important after you sprain an ankle, you do therapy. We've all, I think, growing up, all had friends who say, yeah, I always roll my ankles, right?
Right.
And that's because when you roll your ankle and you tear the ligaments and you don't do therapy, you don't rehab properly, they become lax and loose, and then you just can reoccur.
More susceptible to doing it.
More susceptible to doing it. So you want to do therapy after it just to strengthen that area, get your proprioception back, make sure you don't, keep yourself prone to doing it. But it's really tough to say without any more knowledge on what exactly he has.
Right.
It can be a 1 week thing. It could be a 5-6 week thing, right? It's just there's a big gamut of days and weeks that it could be.
Well, the coach, Todd Golden, said we avoid anything too serious, which is awesome.
Right. So it sounds like
on Saturday. So like you would think then the idea is, look, if you got to hold him out 2 games or even 3 games, that's the prudent thing to do if you want him completely healthy for the tournament.
Nothing serious to me. Sounds like a grade 1 injury. He's just kind of limping along. You don't want to make it worse. Keep him out a couple of weeks, a couple games, maybe a week or so, and then come back.
And we all sit there and we wonder, what sport is it more taxing? But there's no way to answer that.
No, I mean every sport, right, has its thing that it needs, and every sport is tough in different ways.
All right, a couple golfers that we want to get to, but this also was a question from last week right here on XL Primetime, 641-1010. You guys can throw an injury question Gio's way. We also try and get it in on Breaking Bones Sunday morning at 7:30. We brought up plantar fasciitis last week. How do you heal from plantar without surgery?
Right, so that's stretching. You can do a couple of cortisone or PRP injections. But if you don't want to do injections, it's stretch the Achilles tendon, because that being tight will tighten the plantar fascia. And getting you can get a bottle of water that's frozen, or we used to say a Dixie cup. I don't know if they even still sell those.
Yeah.
And
Red Solo cup.
Well, it's kind of big. And freeze it. But small, the small Dixie cups you used to use a mouthwash when you were a kid.
Right. Yeah.
Freeze it, and you can rub the bottom of your foot over it, or frozen
just
water
put it
bottle.
on the ground, just rub your foot over it.
Right. That's all you're doing.
Right. So those two things. You can sleep with night splints. They sell night splints for it. I have, to be honest, many patients are the ones that have done it aren't big fans of it, but it keeps your foot dorsiflexed or stretched out so that Achilles doesn't get tight overnight.
I've done it.
Yeah.
And it's brutal.
Remember Grant, the 210 painter?
Yeah.
He brought me that contraption.
It's brutal.
It's
brutal. I took it off like literally an hour and a half into it, and I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Because,
it hurt more in bed.
Somebody told me that might help.
I said you can try it. But I did tell people, not many people like it.
Yeah, there aren't. He's rare. All right. Good day. Good day, says the texter. Does your office treat sciatica pain? This is from DS.
Yeah, so we see people for sciatica. I'm not a spine surgeon, so I don't do injections. I don't do surgery. A lot of times, people with that kind of pain, it's a mild irritation. They can get away with physical therapy or a Medrol dose pack. But if it requires anything more than that, then I send out.
All right, a couple of golfers that I want to get to. We mentioned Scotty Scheffler last week with the ravioli and the wine glass.
Yes.
So he goes through 4 days of play at Pebble and played well. And basically all he said in his interviews is that it did stick in the palm of his hand and that they had to have surgery. And so now he said there's really no loss of feeling or anything like that.
Lucky.
He said he might have slightly changed his grip, but not much at all.
Yeah, so it sounds like the surgery was because a piece of glass was in there. They had to take it out. And no tendon laceration, which is the biggest, most important thing, because that would have been a disaster. Looks like if he didn't lose any sensation, he didn't cut any,
No, apparently
some
not.
nerves that give sensation. Motor is fine. So really, it sounds like the surgery was glass shattered. Take some pieces out and stitch it back up. And sounds like other than that, he got
probably never even got to eat the ravioli. Unfortunately,
He was.
All right, I gotta go.
He was really close to like a bad injury.
that. A flexor tendon laceration is way worse than an extensor. Extensor is the back of your hand, right?
Right.
If you cut those, if you had to pick one, you'd rather cut the extensors than the flexors because the flexors are much more difficult to fix, much more difficult rehab. It's just it's a different ball game.
And believe it or not, he had just moved into like the top 5 active golfers in terms of wins.
Wow.
13 wins. So the other golfer is Jordan Spieth. And you guys don't think golfers are tough, right? Just so happens Scotty and Jordan are doing therapy at the same time when they bump into each other in Dallas. So Jordan Spieth says over the weekend that, or actually leading up to play at Pebble, that when he had his injury last year, had to undergo surgery during the FedEx Cup playoffs, which is about August, and on his left wrist to repair a ruptured tendon sheath. He said his tendon popped out. That sounds painful.
Yeah, so all your tendons are in sheaths, okay, and they keep them in position. I don't know. Some are more prone than others to pop out, like your EPL, that it goes around the bone that can pop out, and I've had patients with the ones that the tendons for your thumb pop out. Those require a surgery to bring them back in and keep them in place because it's usually pretty painful because you move your hand and you feel that tendon just popping,
right,
and it hurts. So it's not very common without an injury, but it can happen without an injury, and so that's probably what they were talking about there.
All right, just a couple quick ones. Just asking, will a golf ball help? Same thing with that frozen.
Yes, the golf ball can do that.
Water
but
ball bottle.
The cold is what's helps.
The cold,
right?
yeah, hard. The cold helps. But a golf ball, if you want to do a golf ball, that's the massage part of it can do that.
Help too, yeah. Okay.
All right, let me see if I can get a couple more here real quick, and then we'll get a couple of these on Breaking Bones Sunday morning at 7:30. 44-year-old had partial arthroplasty on my left knee, okay? Partial and arthroplasty on my left knee in February. I tried basketball at Christmas, and my son and I dribble like Red Fox. Is it time to go back to therapy? 44 years of age.
I don't know who Red Fox is.
Yeah, well, see, you're too young.
Wait,
you're way too.
what?
Leon just looked at him like, oh, you know what Leon just did? He goes, Elizabeth.
You don't know who Red Fox is?
No, who's that?
He's a comedian, TV
go home,
star.
Just watch Sanford and Son. Watch one episode of Sanford,
right, Leon?
It'll change your life. For real.
So
Did I age you?
Here, the best way.
I'm disappointed. I'm actually feel for you. Actually, that you don't know who Red Fox is.
When he says he had arthroplasty
comedian.
on his left knee, tried basketball with his son, he goes, I dribble like Red Fox. So I'm just going to guess that he was walking.
Yeah.
Because that's how Red would walk.
So, I listen. I am never.
He's sort of like Mahomes.
Yeah,
a little bit. You're right.
I am all for if you want to go back to therapy to do it because there's really, in a normal situation, there's nothing that's going to hurt you in therapy, right? Obviously, there's extreme cases, but if you're struggling and it's hurting and you want to try therapy, absolutely go back and try and see if it can help you.
All right, we got a couple more. We'll make sure that we get to them either on Breaking Bones or next week. And just speaking of rehab, I just saw my dudes over at Rebound Rehab, so you can definitely find out how you can get a little relief that way. That's for sure. All right, Gio, our podcast is up for grabs. They can come find it.
Apple, Google, Spotify, and 1010XL website.
All right, brother, man. We appreciate it. Dr. George Barry. Make sure you check out BariOrthopedics.com, and we will get back to some of the discussion as far as the Jaguars are concerned. And one guy pulling his name out of the GM candidacy. We'll tell you who it is coming up.
1010XL is your home for Jacksonville University basketball.
Coming off a 3-point loss in the River City Rumble, JU jumps down to DeLand for a skirmish with Stetson. Tomorrow at 7 on 1010 AM.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles update. Last week, we began the Panini Player of the Day for football. Open boxes and packs in store for a chance to hit that Player of the Day or one of the 3 wild card NFL stars. Player of the Day ongoing at Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
Frank Frangie, and I've depended on South State for my banking needs as long as they've been serving Duval. Whether you're saving for retirement, purchasing a home, starting a business, your goals are their commitment. With forward-thinking, personalized banking solutions and best-in-class service, South State is ready to help you navigate your financial journey. Connect at southstatebank.com or drop by any of the 5 local South State offices. South State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Let me get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, Dan. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it," and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
It's another exciting local sports day on the First Coast. Listen for 1010XL National Signing Day updates all day. Brought to you by Baker Glass. No one treats you better on Jacksonville Sports Radio 1010XL.
Before the Great American Race on Sunday, the High Banks of Daytona heat up with a Saturday night showdown in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Experience the intense competition up close on the sport's biggest stage to kick off the 2025 season. The NASCAR Xfinity Series at Daytona International Speedway, Saturday, February 15th. Tickets start at just $49, and kids 12 and under are free in general admission. Secure your seats now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On February 5th, 2006, the Pittsburgh Steelers defeat the Seattle Seahawks 21-10 to win their 5th Super Bowl title in franchise history. Hines Ward was awarded MVP.
When the heat's on high or the chill is too much, who you gonna call? Cool Cats Heating and Cooling is locally owned and operated with a perfect touch. You'll keep your home just right, day or night. AC to heating, don't take a beating. Call the coolest cats in town. With a 5-star Google rating, they're your neighbors, ready to help. So get your paw of approval from Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town. CoolCatsJacks.com.
North Florida is growing with lots of new families joining our community. If you're one of them making the move here, your next move should be a call to American Electrical to create the best home automation system, enhancing your living experience. There are many ways your life can be made easier through smart home technology, voice-activated systems, automated lighting, total house temperature control. With American Electrical, they've got everything you need to automate your home and make it your true oasis. Check out American-Electrical.com, powered by professionalism and raising the excellence bar.
Valentine's Day is almost here. You can't get away with just a card this year. Beard's Diamonds is here to save the day and your wallet.
Oh, and it gets better. Every purchase between now and Valentine's Day comes with a free dinner at Fogo de Chao.
Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center or at beardsdiamonds.com.
Bud Light and everyone at Anheuser-Busch want to remind you to get home safely every time. People are counting on you on the road and at home. Plan ahead with safe rides and don't forget to hydrate between beers. Bud Light encourages everyone to enjoy responsibly and socialize safely.
Hey folks, Mike Detsy here for Pella Windows and Doors. Look, it's kind of cooling down right now. I love opening my windows up this time of year. If you're looking to upgrade your windows in your home, I want you to visit the Pella showroom on Phillips Highway. Ask about their latest hurricane and impact-resistant windows and doors, rated #1 by Consumer Reports in all 3 main window categories. You want quality, style, and protection? Visit PellaJacks.com and the showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows. That's Pella Windows and Doors online at PellaJacks.com.
What is the busiest airport in the world?
Southern Oak Insurance is proud to continue offering coverage statewide. Financial stability makes Southern Oak Insurance a wise choice for your homeowner's insurance needs. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport is the busiest airport in the world, serving over 100 million passengers.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Hey, this is David with Royal Pest Services. The fact that we've been bundled up the past month gave us an idea. Let's bundle up also with our Centricon and Pest Control Bundle, starting at $349. Visit RoyalPestServices.com for your free inspection.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, my takeaway is that it is Wednesday. The seriousness of the Super Bowl is now officially stamped. This is probably the first day of curfew, a little bit more intense on practice, attention to detail. You don't want to be the guy that comes late for curfew because you don't want to be the scapegoat. So the seriousness, Monday, Tuesday, media, fans, Wednesday, curfew, Thursday, another curfew, Friday, you probably take a bus to another hotel and get down to business. So this day is probably the official day where all fun ends. The focus of the game is right now.
All the jam went away.
What have you done practice-wise Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
You try to keep the same schedule. You guys get used to routines. I mean, the intensity picks up a little bit. You know, I'm not sure if they banging anything like that, but if you're in shells or you're in shorts, everything's expected to be done fast, executed well, no penalties, none of that kind of stuff.
So the Thursday walkthrough was full speed walkthrough.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, interesting. All right, my takeaway is we're getting closer. And again, I know I said this yesterday, and I'm going to say it again today. I'm not feeling the vibe, man. I am not feeling the juice about this game. And maybe it's just because it's the Jags clearly aren't in the playoffs and didn't make a playoff run at all, and it's been a horrible season. But I am not feeling the vibe for the Super Bowl right now.
You got the funk on you, bro.
I'm totally. Maybe that's what it is. Are you feeling it?
Yeah, I got a little buzz with me. I showered earlier. Look, the funk. You gotta watch the funk, bro.
You got a little hot in your stuff right now about the Super Bowl.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't, man. I don't know why.
Yeah, we're talking about greatness, obviously. Like we set it up earlier, the greatness in a piece of history is on the line, and that a team that you didn't think was anywhere near getting the Super Bowl made it. It's worth pointing out that the Philadelphia Eagles finished last year just like the Jags.
Yeah.
They absolutely stunk it up on the way to the clubhouse. Yeah. It's like bogey, bogey, double, triple bogey coming into the clubhouse.
And started the season with probably a double bogey.
Yeah.
This season.
And then just jetted off, and here they are. And so I do think I think it's a great story. Now, it's so funny. Those are two big storylines, huge market in the Northeast in Philadelphia. Kansas City with Chiefs Kingdom. You couldn't ask. Honestly, I don't think you could ask for more.
I think it's going to be a great game.
I would love to have seen Josh Allen in Buffalo against Detroit. That was my pick was Baltimore and Detroit, but you know what I'm saying. So people want to see some newness, but still, this is a piece of greatness.
Yeah, I mean, this Super Bowl reminds me a little bit when the Patriots were trying to go for history. They were 18-0.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's what it feels like. I mean, because the Patriots were favorites, and everybody wanted to see if they could go 19-0, undefeated season or whatever. And you got the lonely Giants over here. What are they going to do? I mean, it kind of has that feeling.
Can you remember if people panned that Super Bowl? Because what you're saying is true, and some people got Patriot fatigue, which is natural, and they're just wanting to see somebody else win it. And then they were maybe like, I want Tom to go down. But the Giants, nobody thought the Giants could do it.
Yeah. I mean, everybody as much as people wanted to see history, there's a lot of people that didn't want to see it.
Yeah.
And in particular, see it from the Patriots. I'm getting the same gist from the Chiefs. They want to see it, sort of say, but maybe not from this team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
I would say Joe Public has gone way against the Chiefs over the last year. I've seen
the
it.
Swifties,
that too. That definitely had something to do with it. But like the average Joe 3 years ago was not cheering against Mahomes.
No.
Now, I mean, almost everybody
is.
It's
vogue, and it is kind of funny. Like the only reason I'm like even semi anti Mahomes is because he keeps beating me on the bet sheet.
Yeah.
And you just can't help but acknowledge
that's your own
greatness.
fault.
Yeah, exactly. I'm an idiot. But like TLD and I sit there and have these discussions all the time, and you can't ignore greatness. You should just watch it, accept it, and kind of enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah, that's the way I'm trying to appreciate it. I mean, because I was talking about this on Hacker Show the other day, is that you don't appreciate greatness, guys that you play with, until 10, 20 years later. You're like, man, I was in the locker room with this guy, that guy. You take that for granted. And I think that more than likely we're doing the same thing with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're witnessing greatness. You're talking about a guy who went to 7 straight AFC championship games.
And he gets up on the podium, and he's still hungry as ever.
Yes, even, listen, who says, after you just win back-to-back Super Bowls, who says, and they quote him saying, man, this is nothing.
Yeah.
Next year, I want 3. Yeah. I mean, come on, that's his mindset.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people don't think like that. That's just
a normal guy's like, give me a beer now.
Yeah, exactly. Where's the party at
Luka.
tonight?
Right, but I mean, and the thing is too is like, he says that and you believe him. Like it's like,
it's not.
He's like I can guarantee you, like if they win again Sunday, he's gonna be the same way. Yeah. He's gonna be like, let's get 4 in a row, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. So he's that type of alpha dog.
He's the type of guy who wants to bet, and Tom tried to do it too, don't get me wrong. He wants to set the bar so high so people behind him 10, 20, 50 years from now have no shot at it.
Yeah, well,
whatsoever.
now he's feeding off it,
Oh,
too.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It really is a good way to put it. And here, little Patrick Mahomes is closing in on him faster than he ever could have imagined. He probably thought that thing would sit up there for a while and no one would get close to it. Tiger-like in the game of golf, no one would get close to it. Now, you're talking about perfection. So, Pacifico.
Let's go!
Yeah, let's do one more time, JJ. It makes me happy.
Let's go!
And then fire up our music with a little Mexican lager Pacifico as we ask you the question and see if you can get it right, which will earn you a perfecto. NFL coaches with the most wins in their first 4 regular seasons. I need the top 3. Ooh. NFL coaches with the most wins in their first 4 regular seasons. I may not make you put them in order, but I need the top 3.
I'm guessing that Sirianni's one of them.
I love that music.
That's a great guess.
These are
LaFleur, Sirianni,
McVay.
McVay's a good one too.
George Seifert.
That's a great one. That's a great one. I'll take my first 2 and Leon Seifert, and then we got one more.
No, I need the 3 because it's in the first 4 regular seasons.
So you only need 3.
The first
top 3.
First 4 regular seasons?
First 4 regular seasons. I am not going to let you guys go any further.
Okay.
Yeah, what's our 3 then?
Yeah.
That's
not going to let you go any further because you absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Absolutely nailed it.
We are playing at a Super Bowl levels.
I figured this one I did not.
We got the hacker yesterday. I like that.
Yeah, I did not want you to talk
That's extra
yourself
special.
out of anything there. Number 1, top of the list. And it is kind of crazy because this guy's kind of underappreciated.
LaFleur's got to be, right?
Well, it's George Seifert at the top.
Oh, okay.
And he is largely ignored because it's Bill Walsh. He's the one who did it. George Seifert's like the Larry Coker of the San Francisco 49ers. But Seifert did go to Carolina and also got them there too. So anyway, George Seifert, head coach, when you take a look at 52 wins in his first 4 seasons from 89 to 92, that's pretty dang good. And this was 14 wins in 3 of the 4 seasons. And he was the one.
That's unreal, man.
Yeah, it really is. And he was the one. And remember now,
16-game seasons.
Yeah, and Steve Young also doesn't get looked at nearly as much as Joe Montana. Second on this list is Nick Sirianni. And I never, ever would have imagined Sirianni would be able to do it based on our discussion that we had earlier.
Real quick, let me give you Seifert's first 4 years, okay? 14-2, Super Bowl champions. 14-2, lost in the NFC Championship game. 10-6, third in the NFC West. 14-2, lost to the Cowboys in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, it's something else. And by the way, that's about the time that the Cowboys quit winning because they haven't been back since a couple years after that. But 52 wins for Seifert in his first 4 years. Nick Sirianni has 48. And now they got the benefit of 3 extra games total from 22, 23, and 24. But he's the first Eagles coach to win with multiple 13-win seasons. Did it in 22 and did it in 24. And then Matt LaFleur is third. Matt LaFleur walked right into Green Bay and just started winning.
Yeah.
You have to give him a lot of credit.
Oh, yeah.
Now, he had Aaron Rodgers there. He had some other good things. Aaron Jones, one of my favorite guys to watch run the football. But a 47-19 record in his first 4 seasons as head coach. That's an 8-13 win percentage. How'd you like to have that down here in Duval?
Well, I'm
Holy
assuming
smokes.
Cohen's about to bust that.
He's
right?
about to start
47, you said, in 4 years. I mean, you could probably take half those wins, and you'd be happy with that.
Yeah, we take anything right now. But 47 from years 2019 to 2022. And they went to the NFC Championship game every single year. So,
yeah.
And, by the way.
And he did all that with Rodgers and dealing with the ego that is Rodgers.
Yeah. And he had greatness now, quarterbacking his club.
Of course.
So you have to give him credit. But, like right now, we asked Leroy Butler this question yesterday. They're at a little bit of a crossroads with Jordan Love. They had to hand him that big contract. He balled his first year, and we all thought, well, is he deserving of it? Well, it just so happened that was his 3rd year of being in the league. You need to lock him up if you can, but we only saw him for 1 year as a starter, and who knows what's going to happen with him. Trevor's got to do the same thing down here. At the very least, LaFleur and Love get to stay together and keep working it.
Right.
I think their running back, Josh Jacobs, came out yesterday or earlier today and said they need to get themselves the number one or a star target to throw the football to.
So Liam, next 4 years, 37 wins. Would you take it?
37 next 4, you say?
That's almost 10 a year.
That's about 9 something.
Yeah, it's a little over 9. I like the number.
10. Yeah,
I'm
you take
all
37
on that. Yeah,
Are you
I'm all
kidding
on
me?
that.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Regular season, you're saying.
Regular season.
Because
you can win 9 games and win that division.
I mean, you can also go up and down.
I mean, like 3 wins and then 12 wins
I was
and
just
then 4
saying,
wins.
I'm just saying 37. Would you take 37? Of course, if I say 40, you take 40. But
Yes, I
37
take 37.
is teetering.
Yes.
It's a really good number.
Okay,
I really
all
do.
right.
Yes,
Because
I would take that.
First off, the division has been won with a 9-8 record. It's been won more than once with a 9-8 record. And so it's not going to stay that way forever, but it's a gettable division. And so if he can get in that conversation and competing in December.
So let's say 7-10, 11-6.
You talking? Yep.
Then 10, and then maybe. I mean, I'm just saying.
Let me just say this, okay?
If it seesaws up and down, are you okay with it?
Let me just put this into
The answer is yes.
perspective.
Yeah.
Other than your stretch, okay? Take your stretch with the Jags out of it. I'm not sure this franchise has won 37 games in a 4-year stretch ever.
Oh, yeah, you'd be correct on that.
And we're arguing whether we take it or not?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh, we take
In
it.
my
In a
stretch.
heartbeat.
Yeah,
me
we're
see.
talking about finding gold. This is
we went 9.
No, not 37 games.
9.
4-game stretch? With you guys, yes.
9, 11.
Not even
12,
with Del Rio, I don't think. No.
14.
No, they averaged around.
20.
They actually were right where Leon's talking about. They were a bunch of 8-8s. They might have had a 10-6 when they won the division. It might have been a 9. Well, they were wild cards actually.
Who's that?
Jack Del Rio's teams.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
wild cards.
Yeah.
And
Our first year, we were 9, 11, 12, 14. 9, 11, 12, 14.
Yeah, well, bro.
That's 20.
Well,
That's
you guys.
32. That's 46.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So I think Jack's best teams were probably 9 wins,
99.
12 wins, 8 wins, 11 wins. That is 37. Hang on, that's 21, 29, 30. That's 40 games. They won 40 games in a 4-year stretch there.
What year?
From 2004 to 5 to 6 to 7.
40 games?
2004 to 7. They won 40 games, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but didn't make it to the postseason in 4. Did in 5. Did not in 6. Did in 7.
Yeah.
You got to remember there's one more game now.
Yeah, exactly. So you do have more
So
opportunity.
one other time in the history of the franchise, other than you guys, have they won 37 games in 4 years?
That's bad.
So yeah, I would take 37.
37?
You better believe
Right
it.
now, I would take
Yeah.
37.
Stat.
And be happy and like dance in the streets a little bit, actually.
And the young bunch, okay, whatever nickname we come up with them, as far as the Cohen and crew.
Oh, they're getting that name for sure.
Yeah, we got to figure it out.
Yeah,
but
we will.
I don't want them to be the technical center. I don't want this to be OTJ. This cannot be on the job training. They need to come in here and kick some tail. They need to collectively use all that young energy and innovation and kick some tail.
You can just call them the teen scene. How about that?
Yeah, we'll have to come up with something. We'll get some suggestions from our prime
The
time.
unfunky bunch. No?
Yeah.
No?
Tiger beat. Jaguar beat.
Yeah. Jaguar. I don't know. All right.
Yeah, they're getting that young name for sure. You know they got to get that.
All right, we got to say hello to the Embedded and Shredded.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. Find the coolest cats in town at coolcatsjacks.com.
The Embedded and Shredded, he did not walk off on us. He just so happens to be at a walk-off event. Hayes, what is up?
Gentlemen, how are you? Yes, we are at the Bragan Baseball Complex at Fort Family Regional Park for a walk-off charities baseball tournament, and they're getting ready to start. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have a ball game going on out here, so come on out if you want to watch some great high school baseball.
Now, did you mind Mike Greenberg saying I got to pull my name out of consideration because he's doing Get Up and Sunday NFL Countdown? Were you okay with that?
Well, it was always going to be a problem having a diehard New York Jet fan as the GM. You worry about those lopsided trades. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. They've got a healthy list, and that's not going to slow them down. So to me, it's not a big deal at all. They've done a nice job of putting a good list together, and I think they'll obviously get one of those guys. So yeah, but yeah, it should be a fun Frangie show out here. We're gonna have some great baseball going on. Again, walk-off charities. You can come out and support a great cause, and Frank will fill us in on everything that's going on, and we'll talk all sorts of Jaguars. Gators get a big win last night without Walter Clayton Jr., so we'll break that down as well. So lots of good stuff coming up on the Frangie Show.
All right, hey, sounds good, buddy. We'll be listening. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, for Family Field, walk-off charities, they definitely will have that, and you can go out there and enjoy it.
Man. That's a nice place out there.
It's a beautiful park. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have me a cigar and a drink, and I'm coming up with a boy band name for this.
All right,
you know that,
like
right?
that.
It's gonna happen.
I think now. Listen, Primetimers.
He's also very good at that too.
Yeah. You guys got Primetimers got a homework assignment tonight to come up with Liam Cohen's crew, whatever it is, something good. But you have to be Big Cersei because he's now going into the think tank, which includes some smoke and some brown. All right, so. We enjoyed it, that's for sure. Golf Club of Southampton, we say thanks to them. Definitely check them out, 287-PLAY. Anytime you want to play golf, you want to look into membership, they've got great opportunities. That is for sure. And soon, the 9 after 5, we'll be back. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Cersei, and JJ. You got the Frangie Show at Fort Family Field coming up next.
Everyone wants to doubt Jacksonville. Never doubt Jacksonville.
Of all the places